sleeping bags to get tickets on Thursday morning for this match. But they didn't have to wait as long as their team have had to wait for a victory at Old Trafford. 22 years to be precise, since the day Dennis Law backheeled the ball into the net to send his old club down. In fact, it's 7 years since City recorded any sort of victory over United, and that match in 1989 was the only one of 15 derbies that Alex Ferguson has lost as United manager. And today he's boosted by the return of captain Steve Bruce, who will play with a headband over his wounded forehead, and Nicky Butt back after suspension. They replace David May and David Beckham, and United go into this game on a run of 5 successive wins, which must be good for confidence, David Pleat.
Certainly it would be. I mean, they're a very well-drilled side. They've got a 4-4-2 pattern with extreme counter-attacking pace with Giggs, Sharpe and of course Keane. But the linker and the imaginative passing comes really from the brilliant French player Cantona. And I think if he's able to drop deep or wide or even more forward as the situation demands and make space for his colleagues, then it's going to be difficult for City.
But whereas United knew their team yesterday, City manager Alan Ball had to wait until lunchtime today to learn that captain Keith Curle could play after damaging his right knee in midweek replay. He passed that test, but as a precaution, Ball has named the Albanian defender Eduardo Abazi on the subs bench. The German Michael Frontsek returns at left back, and City are without Gary Flitcroft, who is suspended.
Well, a lot of hard work in midfield will be required of Lomas and Brown on the outside and possibly Nigel Clough. But Kincladsey will try and break forward at every opportunity. He's got lovely balance. I also feel that the strikers today, Quinn and Rosler, have got to be absolute in harmony and accurate with their goal efforts.
What a match, the Manchester derby in the FA Cup 5th round, away by Irwin for United, who's playing at right back, wearing number 3. They're both double winners, these clubs. United the League and Cup double 2 years ago. City have won the prize for the double personality over the last 20 years. Wonderful one moment, woeful the next. You never know what to expect from Manchester City, but it's never dull. And taken the lead. It's the German Uwe Rosler. 12 minutes gone in the Manchester derby, and the 6-1 underdogs take the lead. Just look at these scenes. What a break. Rosler was put absolutely clean through by Kincladsey, in fact. He's beaten the offside, and look at the calm way in which he beats Peter Schmeichel.
Well, it was a marvellously relaxed finish after such a frenetic onslaught in the previous minutes when Mr. Wilkie was getting his notebook out. But they were so square there with United, and Rosler took all the time in the world. He waited for Schmeichel, he showed him the goal, and he lifted it over him perfectly. And it will be a massive lift, a massive lift.
Well, dare I say, just what the game needed for a neutral. Here's Sharpe. Keane. Neville. Here comes Cantona. This is Pallister. Well, isn't that so typical of cup football? The team that have waited 22 years to win here have at least taken the lead today. What happens after that? Well, it'll be fun to see it unfold. Here's Bruce. This is Cole. Little knock on to Butt. And they're closing him down, but he went on, Nicky Butt. And that was Keane stepping in front of Rosler to get the ball away. Well, this fellow's really directing things for City.
I think it's important against him that Butt and Keane don't go forward together when United break, that one of them sits in the area where Kincladsey is holding out, because he is instigating the counter-attacking for City.
It's a throw-in taken by Frontsek, headed away by Irwin. Brown. Quinn. Steve Bruce playing it very tight but very well. Cantona, here's Cole. Now then, Ryan Giggs in full stride. He's drawn Keith Curle across. There are 4 United players in the box here. They're queuing up waiting. Keane. Neville. City really need to get bodies back. Cantona's in there, didn't quite get the touch.
Well, United's best move so far for sure.
It was a bit slow to see him coming forward, and Pallister has to stretch. And I think really Ryan Giggs had a defensive responsibility there, but this is Clough, and that's going to be nothing. Andy Cole's challenge adjudged fair. Actually, it's Lee Sharpe on that far side now, isn't it, on the right, who didn't get back to check the fullback, not Giggs. Here's Cantona. But Sharpe. It went through a crowd of players and Immel clawed it round the post. Brilliant. It's a corner again for the moment. Keane headed that from near the edge of the penalty area. And here he comes again. But pushing. Is that a penalty, is it? The referee spotted something there and it looks like a penalty. There seemed to be a bit of a push. Alan Wilkie has accused one of the City players of pulling somebody onto him there, and a penalty out of nothing, it would seem, to Manchester United. They're all protesting.
Well, I have to say, whatever it was an obscure offence. Whether it prevented a goal scoring opportunity, one will need to see again. But Mr. Wilkie, I remember giving a disputed penalty, Sheffield United Arsenal.
Let's stay with the drama with Cantona. It's in! Manchester United equalise. 39 minutes. The corner taken by Ryan Giggs. Yes, it's a pull by Michael Frontsek, isn't it? On Cantona, I think. The left back, I think, is the offender.
Well, he certainly got into a muddle, and he certainly didn't jump cleanly for the ball. There was a cross very early in the game, which Frontsek seemed...
This is Giggs. Oof.
Clever bit of improvisation, that.
City wanted really at the stage of the first half was to have to defend another corner.
Well, once again, there's 10 Blues in the box, and sometimes if you have too many bodies there, they can get on top of each other and lose markers.
Yeah, Frontsek's on Cantona again here. And that was the, the clearing header perhaps he wishes he'd done last time. This is Giggs with the corner again. Steve Bruce is there, Cantona's here, so is Keane. That's his shot. Half-time. The half ends on a high note for Roy Keane and Manchester United, but it didn't start that way. They've come back more into it, and this was a fizzing shot across the goal, just wide of the post, to illustrate that after Michael Frontsek was adjudged to have fouled, I think it was Cantona, to concede a penalty, United found their way back into it after Rosler had put City ahead in a storming start. Forward run into space. Has to be quick. Oh, and Sharpe's in there. Well, City there were caught out, well undermanned in fact.
And you just wonder when
they've come out for the second half as though Alex Ferguson's had a few things to say. There goes Bruce. Irwin striking it. City on their heels a bit from the kick-off. Kinkladze now. He's usually on his toes. Touch a bit strong for Cantona, really, the pass.
I don't suppose Alex Ferguson had to throw any cops at half-time, but certainly that complacency that was there in the first half, and they didn't really sparkle at all until the penalty. I feel they've upped the pace a little bit, and it's so important for City they don't get pushed back too deep, because at the moment Rosler and Quinn really haven't got support up there, and United are getting possession too easily in the middle third.
Indeed. This is Phil Neville, and they've got 5 up in attack here too. Fonsek's missed it. It's coming out to Sharpe. Giggs moving in. Cole is there. Cantona is there. Sharpe again. And once more Lee Sharpe. Play on. Driven, and Keith Curle gets his head to it. It's a corner once more.
Czech missed it in the first place, and I really didn't think Sharpe could hold it properly. It was a fumble. It's in between the legs there, you see, and Keane goes piling in.
Now, the linesman on the far side has had his flag up for some little while, and referee Alan Wilkie hasn't seen it. I presume he saw an offside. Linesman on the far side is Bill Jordan of Pinner.
Never easy for the referee when he's running his diagonal and he's watching the ball, and the linesman's in on the touchline behind.
Here's Rosler from Quinn's flick, and Pallister steps across to help Irwin. They ran a risk there too, Bruce and Pallister, but it was successful, as indeed was Cantona's cushioned header to Neville. And how quickly United have got players forward here. Spreading the play again. Sharpe. Foul. Fonseca. Well, Pallister's just jogged forward. And it went. Right, Sharpe! Lee Sharpe gives Manchester United the lead for the first time in the game. "77 minutes gone, and Old Trafford responds to a break on the left, which was set up by Ryan Giggs. There was a good overlap, I think it was by Neville, and as the ball came across the box, pulled back, Sharpe hit it first time. Immel, I think, got hands there or something there, but couldn't keep it out.
Well, fine play. Giggs held it just long enough to release Neville, not to get into an offside position, and there was a quality cross. You saw him look up. He didn't play it across the goal, he played it backwards, so the City defenders were retreating towards the goal line, and Sharpe hits that unerringly into the net. That was the mark of a confident finish.
Well, he got the winner against Blackburn last week, didn't he? And here comes City on the counter-attack. Good play by Kinkladze in there, but not good enough. Now then, Clough. Looking for Lomas. Clough's gone down. Right, it's a foul, a bad one. Referee's going to get the book out again here. Gary Pallister on Nigel Clough. The ball had gone. It's a yellow card.
It's amazing how we'll see the mentality of the City players change now. When they've got to come forward, we're going to see a tremendous last 12 minutes. They're really going to push. They're going to squeeze the play. Here you see the tackle, and it was a bad challenge. A bad challenge on Clough. It deceived him with the ball, and Pallister went through with it.
Now, is this going to be a chance for Georgia Kinkladze from the free kick? Or even Nigel Clough? Fonseca for City. Quinn wants it hit long. Some of his coming in on that side as well. Pallister's header. And now we have to ask ourselves, can City save the cup tie? Or are you away? And they had so many red shirts to spare. And look at this now. It's Keith Curle at the other end. And Nicky Butt got back. What a great saving tackle. He's pushed Bruce hard, hasn't he, for your vote? Here comes Roy Keane. And there are United players now getting forward to his left. That's a foul by Fonseca, who's had having gone a goal down to Uwe Rosler. Alec Ferguson's team come back to go through into the 6th round. A controversial penalty provided the equaliser. A splendid finish by Sharpe provided the winner. And after all City's efforts, they go off still having not won at Old Trafford since 1974. Manchester United go off